for your time. First off, I'd like to actually thank these administrators for what they do and the teachers in this room, because they put a lot of time and dedication and effort into educating our children. But I will say there is a level of frustration that came about with this community service learning program. Part of it was I didn't even know there was a 10-hour minimum on campus, 10 hours off campus, until the middle of December during break, when my son approached me and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm not going to graduate." So as a parent of a 12th grader, when you hear that, first thing that happened to me is I got pissed off, honestly. In fact, I was so upset, I started calling around to just some friends to go, "Hey, is this happening to your kids?" And I got a series of resounding yeses. One. I go, two. When I started looking for community service organizations that my child could volunteer at, the closest one I found that had community service hours available before the March 1st, now quote unquote, a March 1st deadline. I didn't realize it was a December 1st deadline until too late. Now we have a March 1st deadline. Now I'm trying to call around to find community service hours. We were getting 6-month commitments. Many of the community service locations were off-site, like Mountain View, San Bruno. Those were 2 locations I absolutely found. I could not find any hours locally. And as past president of the Milpitas Rotary Club, volunteer of the year in the athletic department, a 22-year volunteer community service organization, I was astounded that I couldn't even call in any of my friends to get additional hours for my own child. So including owners or directors of community service organizations locally. So, there is a concern about the safety and security of our children. There really is. My child was in France during the attacks in France and Paris. So the idea of having my child drive 15 miles away to go to a location that there's absolutely no guarantee that there's safety at that organization, that floors me. So once again, it comes down to who ends up being liable and responsible. If it's a mandated program, that's coming back to you, not to me, but to you and the other parents. Now, I have a 12th grader. He graduates. But what about those other people who are not here to speak up for themselves? Thank you.
Thank you.